talk about was for today being June 19th. Today is Juneteenth. This comes from African archives. On this day in 1865, enslaved people in Texas were notified by Union Civil War soldiers that the abolition of slavery. This was 2.5 years at the final Emancipation Proclamation, which freed all enslaved Black Americans, but slavery continued. So I don't know if I said it too fast, but pretty much today is a federal holiday for the last 2 years now, Juneteenth. June 19th, 1865, down in Texas, they went down there and let everybody know, like, the slaves are free. Y'all can't have these slaves no more. They are free to do as they please now. Now, this came 2.5 years later. Imagine your life right now, an example. I'm 37 years old. Being a 37-year-old man and coming to find out somebody comes to tell me that at the age of 35, 34 and a half, hey, you've been free for 2.5 years. They free down there, but y'all gotta still be slaves. You feel, I mean, it's embarrassing and all that type of stuff, but also it's like, damn, they had no clue that this was going on. And when it's a day like this, man, I always reflect and wonder, like, what made Black people be looked down so far upon on, back in the days, in those days where it was so many Black slaves. I know they say, oh, well, Black people had slaves too, man, and Black people had slaves too, but at the same time, we see what the majority was. It was white Americans having slaves, and those Black people didn't have anywhere to go. So this is what they had to do. They had to go through this. They had to go through a whole phase of lynching, losing their family, all type of shit back in them days. But they were able to be free, and once they were free, it was like, ain't no bus coming around, ain't no car coming to pick you up, ain't no van coming around and say, hey, y'all free down here, hey, we're gonna put you on a job down here. No, they had to find their ways, they had to make ways. They wasn't given no horses to get on and say, hey, go that way, you free now, go down there, they got a job for you, a brand new crib, all that. No, they had to get it, they literally had to get out the mud. They had to go up north, they had to go down south, they had to go wherever they could just to get work and be able to provide for their family. So on this day, I just want y'all to look back on, look how far we've come. Like, because we've come so far from slavery, but we still got a long way to go. Perfect example. Wrestling fans. I was on the AEW page today on Facebook. AEW, they say Happy Juneteenth. Now, once I knew what to expect, but I jump on the comments. I'm seeing a lot of people like, wow, another day for the woke people, another day, another man-made holiday, like complaining and shit. And the first thing that popped in my head is like, if you don't care about Juneteenth, just take your ass to work. If you're off today and they're allowing you to come into work, go clock in, go do 8 hours, go do your 10 hours or 12 hours, be away from your family, and ignore this day. Just leave it at that. You don't have to say all this extra bullshit about what's going on, because I said this holiday has only been a federal holiday for 2 years now. You think about all the other holidays that we have. We got Mother's Day, we got Father's Day, Easter, Christmas, 4th of July. On those days, nobody's complaining about being off. But when it comes to a holiday about freedom, it's an issue. And then when I'm looking at it, it's like AEW has for y'all to be on the AEW page, that means you're fans of AEW. Every wrestling fan knows at the top of the food line, at the top of the food chain, is the fucking heavyweight champ. The heavyweight champ there is Black. So Swerve Strickland is the champ in AEW right now, currently. How do y'all feel about having a Black champ in AEW? So it's little shit like that like, it really irks me that people still think this way. But all I can say to those people is that if you got any hate in your heart towards any race, not just Black race, like actually ask yourself, what did these individuals do to you? Slavery was years ago, hundreds of years ago. It's still bullshit that goes on, but it goes on for every race. What can you do to be different? When your kids are coming up, are you telling your kids, are you feeding them the same narrative that Black people are bad, like they ain't shit, that you should look down upon them? Or are you telling them, you know what, everybody is created equally, like the Constitution say? Everybody's created equally, so just treat everybody the same, man. Your child might come home and be pregnant by a different race. You gonna hate that kid, you gonna hate that child for the rest of their life because they went out there and chose love over bullshit. It's a new day, man. It's 2024. Nobody is slave owners no more. Everybody got the same 24. If you don't like a certain person because of the past, leave it at that. I'm telling you, you keep on expressing this shit too much, you're gonna run into those type of people that don't give a fuck, and you're gonna get your ass whooped. So I just wanted to say that. I wanted to say happy Juneteenth. Take this time to reflect on what our ancestors went through. Not, I'll never make this about race or make this a race baiting podcast, but I just want you to reflect as an African American on the things that your ancestors went through and what you could do different as you grow into the future. What can you do different for your kids? How can you treat others that are not the same as you, or not the same color as you? We all have different walks of life. So let's just find a way to bring more peace. I believe that the world is a better place when we get along better and stop hating each other for no fucking reason. I said, let the past be the past. Focus on the future, man. Happy Juneteenth Day. Enjoy your day off. Like I said, reflect on that. I'm gonna end up finishing this manhunt because that ties into like slavery back then, back in 1865 with the Emancipation Proclamation. So I just want to say happy Juneteenth, man. Y'all enjoy y'all day off. It's a federal holiday. Take this time. I don't know. Maybe one day they'll start doing like, I mean, they do. I know they do parades and all that type of stuff. But I hope that continues to grow and it brings out more peace and love than the negativity. I hope the negativity one day dies. I might not be around for it, but I know one day I do believe that this negativity will die and all the shit that happened back in the days will just be a thing in the past. We'll be able to get along better, make money together, and just live our best life. Thank you for watching the Meet You from the Midwest podcast. Come back, talk to me about it once it gets to these type of subjects with the news updates, holidays that I want to speak on, and just give a little bit of my opinion on what's going on with the world. Like, share, subscribe to the Meet You from the Midwest podcast, Facebook, Instagram,